Welcome to the 2020-2021 virtual back to school night. I'm Mr. Warner, the high school principal. I'm here with you this evening to bring you our virtual back to school night event. And the teachers, as I outlined in my letter, all have created a specialized video outlining important things that they are doing in their classes each day with your child, as well as for the duration of the school year. Unfortunately, we couldn't have you with us here for the traditional back to school night. We're hopeful that possibly in the spring we may have some sort of open house where we can get families back into the school building when we get back to a little bit more of a normalized schedule. But I did feel it was important to send out a message to everyone to let them know that we're excited about moving back to the hybrid schedule to get students in the building. We are trying to keep things as normal and as traditional as possible. Athletics are happening here in the school right now. This week we have a senior night planned actually for October 8th or 9th. We have soccer, boys and girls, as well as football. We have a homecoming event planned for the end of the month. Our traditional Halloween celebration, all are planned and in the works. Been meeting with Mrs. Capizzi regarding the yearbook and some of the things that need to go into the yearbook. So we are trying our best to keep things as normal and as traditional as possible. So that we can have the student experience from a social standpoint as well as an academic standpoint meet their expectations and your expectations as parents. So I wanted to welcome you and point out, as in my letter, you can access the teacher videos on the staff web pages located in the staff directory on the high school main page. Please click through it, watch the teacher presentation. It's informative. Hopefully it will give you information that you need to support your child in this unusual time of learning and teaching. And as always, if you have questions, please start with the classroom teacher. Your child's teacher can answer 99% of the issues and concerns that you may have. Our counselors are always available if there are other issues or mental health concerns that you have, as well as reaching out to me and my office, my assistant principals, Mr. Samuels and Mr. Basil. We're all here to help sort of navigate the process as we restart the school year with our hybrid format on the 19th. So I look forward to seeing everyone here in school very soon, and look forward to seeing everyone for our potential spring open house. So right now I'm going to kind of take you through a tour of the building to see all of the different safety precautions and measures that we've put in place for your children here each and every day. So I'll walk through entry points, I'll walk through the signage that we have throughout the building, some of the procedures regarding lunch pickup, morning drop-off, temperature checks, filling out the attestation forms. So come with me now and we'll walk to various parts of the building and I can kind of take you through the nuts and bolts of from arrival to dismissal of your children here each and every day. All right, so the main entrance right here is a point of entry for all high school students. What we're asking again is that we arrive to school at about 7:45 a.m. As the weather gets colder, please be appropriately dressed. It's raining. Unfortunately, we have to maintain building safety and open it at approximately 7:50 in the morning. So once the students arrive, what they will do is they will line up high school students towards on the sidewalk here, going up towards the softball field along the bus lane. Socially distant, we'll have staff members out here taking temperatures, checking to make sure that the attestation form is complete, as well as supervising the line for social distance. We're going to start that process right at 7:50, get students in the doors and up into their classes at that point. All right, I'm here at the gym lobby entrance here behind me. It is another point of access in the morning for students to arrive and get into the building and go to their classes. We're going to form socially distant lines out here as well. We can line up down along the sidewalk here. We'll have staff members out here supervising the line, taking temperatures, attestation forms as well here at this entrance. Hopefully get everyone into the building prior to 8 o'clock and to their classes. So we're here at the Washington Avenue parking lot by the Wing 3 entrance. Will be another point of entry in the morning for students to access the school building. We will form socially distant lines out here as well, staff, temperature checked, attestation forms checked, to gain access to the building. What I would like to mention is that if upon arrival in the morning, if students see that there is a large gathering or crowd at any one entrance and they want to shift to another entrance, they may do so to get access to the building quicker. Our staff are going to be out here, going through their process, and it's easier to have an equal number sort of students at each entry point rather than have 100 kids at this entrance and only a few at the others. So if they want to walk around to another entrance, they're more than welcome to. Here we are in one of the hallways, actually Wing 3 here behind me. We started out with an image of a reminder to stay socially distant from one another on the floors. And as we travel through the building, you'll kind of see there are signage posted sort of everywhere throughout each hallway. Lockers, as I said, are not being assigned this year, so students need to bring a backpack. I know it's going to be a challenge when we get to colder weather and students are wearing sort of larger coats and things like that, and that we'll deal with as a way to store them or places to keep them. A backpack is always the best option, so something they can take off and put in their backpack would be advisable. But I just want to kind of show you here some of the markings on the floor, which indicates one way. So just like driving on a street, we're going to have the right side, be a one-way down. Now we can come up here to the left side where we see another floor marker with one-way directional going this way. We've lowered the density so much within the school building to where in the initial hybrid session, the hallways won't be jammed as they were. We're here by the bathrooms. Bathrooms will be locked between the bell passing periods, but will be open during class time. So all the student needs to do if they need to use the restroom is ask their teacher to go. This will be staffed with staff members, limiting access to 2 students maximum in the bathrooms at any time. So we're trying to control as much as possible some of the unstructured time where students can congregate and get together close to one another. Here I am in one of the classrooms in the school building, and all of our classrooms have had most of the furniture removed out of the room to be able to socially distance and space desks as approximately 6 feet apart from one another. And as you can kind of see, there are desk partitions and dividers here on each student desk to limit the flow of air between desks from someone sitting behind one another. So this is what the desks look like. There are approximately, I want to say, about 15 or 18 desks in the room right now, so we can accommodate class sizes of about that. Again, with the reduced population that's coming in the hybrid schedule, I don't anticipate all these desks to be filled. We're going to be much lower to start the school year, so that everyone's safe, distance, is wearing a mask, and we can be back in the classrooms learning with our teachers here. I am now here outside of the cafeteria, and I pointed out before some of the signage that exists around the building. We have several social distancing signs placed up around the building in addition to the floor markers that we looked at before. So I want to talk about lunch service, and as I mentioned in the letter Mr. Ianchetti sent out, all students, regardless of whether or not they applied for free reduced lunch, are eligible basically until the end of December. And so if your child wants a lunch, he can come at the designated lunch period. If it's period 6, come period 6, period 7, if that's the designated lunch period. We're going to line up here outside the cafeteria and then go inside for the point of service grab and go process. So we come in. You can see that we enter the caf, and I didn't mention before, but we have these sanitizer stations posted everywhere. They're mounted on walls in classrooms. There's also freestanding ones like they are here. And we want to remind students again that hand washing and sanitizing their hands using these sanitation stations should be done throughout the school day. So students will enter, we'll have this staffed and monitored again for appropriate social distance. They'll come down. The Hamptonian point of service will be set up here with grab-and-go tables for students to grab a lunch, and then they'll simply exit out the doors here and head home. So that's it for my building tour. Thanks for joining me on this virtual back to school night. please head over to the teacher web pages to get a glimpse of what they have prepared for you regarding their classes. Have a great night, and I'll see you soon.
See.